Not that long ago, I talked about Dataverse, unifying database for Microsoft's cloud business application. I gave you a glimpse of what the Power Platform is, but we just touched the surface, and today we're going to drill deeper. Welcome to MacDrive, a podcast where I want you to get as much value as possible. During my years of working within the IT world and enterprise resource planning systems, I noticed that this area seemed to be unknown and overwhelming for most people. I consider myself lucky to meet great mentors who taught me how to grow a satisfying career in this field. Also, I was able to build it with no degree in IT. I've graduated as a social worker, and I truly believe anybody can learn what an ERP is and grow that knowledge to the point of getting a fun and well-paid job. Dial in if you want to get more understanding of what these systems bring to the business world, or you'd like to get more information on what possibilities and value this particular area of IT can bring to you. Time for a little origin story, because, well, I believe it's always good to have a full context. So the official launch of Microsoft's Power Platform happened officially in 2019, but its components were on the market earlier, starting with Power BI, released in 2015, quickly followed by launching Power Apps in 2016 and Power Automate in 2017. Looking from the time perspective, Power BI made the greatest impression. It truly seemed like a state-of-the-art business intelligence tool. The Power Apps, though, in my quote-unquote local ERP environment, were viewed as something unnecessary, simplistic, shiny marketing bubble that sooner or later will just vanish. Same for Power Automate. However, people saw its potential, but with its confusing licensing model for ERP connection, most of the guys and gals I know at the time just went back to implementing Dynamics in the established, again, quote-unquote, old-fashioned. Still, we gotta remember that there must have been some kind of major idea that these Power things were released on the market, right? So, Microsoft's investment in Power Platform is rooted in its belief in the power of something called low-code, no-code development. These low-code, no-code platforms allow users to create custom applications and automate workflows without having to write any or very little code. So, key principle, this should allow people with any skill level to participate in the development process. And again, by principle, this should lead to greater innovation and agility. I don't know if you've heard the phrase democratization of technology, but lately there's quite a lot of noise around it. And this low-code, no-code approach is one of the shiniest examples of this give technology to the people idea. Coming back to Microsoft's reasoning, Power Platform is seen as a way to help organizations bridge the gap between their data and their business processes. Power BI makes it easy to analyze data from multiple resources and create visually appealing reports and dashboards. And Power Apps and Power Automate can be used to digitalize the tasks and, well, automate them. And by tasks, Microsoft understands mostly everything, like cases for sales process, supply chain, human resources, marketing, finance, and all the rest. And that's the clue of Microsoft's marketing strategy around Power Platform. It's focused on educating potential customers about the benefits of Power Platform and demonstrating how it can be used to solve real-life problems. And this approach has been successful and generated overall awareness and interest, since Power Platform is one of the fastest growing products in Microsoft's history. All right. It's all sunshine and rainbows, it seems, and looks like it's quite well-established technology that has its own place on the market. So, why would it be interesting for anyone who specializes in enterprise resource planning systems or customer relationship management software, especially when there are so many options to choose? And that's the question that was floating around in the professional realm since Power Apps were announced for the first time. And in the beginning, it felt like a gimmick. Years went by and it turned out Power Platform is here to stay and gets more and more significant features with every release. So again, we all get the idea of creating simple custom apps, but what if a person or organization is well grounded in the ERP or CRM world? Well, the first quite obvious idea is extending and customizing Dynamics 365 to meet all these so-called specific needs of the organization. Of course, we're jumping into a dangerous discussion, and there's always been this question, is it better to develop a customization directly in the system or use the Power Platform stack? And the answer is very consultant-driven, meaning it depends, and every scenario needs to be properly analyzed. There are a few reasons to go with Power Platform when having Dynamics 365. First one is fast and easy development, as this low-code, no-code approach is not just a marketing slogan. It works for both simple and complex customizations. Another thing is flexibility, since Power Platform has a wide range of capabilities and it's just easier to connect with Azure components and other platforms through Power Automate. All right, so let's talk in a little more detail. So when the extending Dynamics 365 ERP and CRM with Power Platform makes sense. So the first thing that comes to mind is quick and easy fixes. So the Power Platform is efficient for making small changes, such as adding a simple functionality, tweaking a display, or anything like that. It often provides a faster route compared to delving into the deep ERP or CRM customization. Second reason is the user friendliness, because Power Platform is designed for a broad range of users. So you don't need to have an extensive coding knowledge to utilize its features. It makes it accessible to more team members. The thing that we've mentioned before is the integration capability. So Power Platform excels at integrating multiple systems. If you're using software solutions outside of Dynamics 365 ERP and CRM, the Power Platform with its Power Automate can help you tie them together seamlessly with all those pre-made connectors and the connectors that you can create by yourself. Another reason is experimentation, because the Power Platforms allows you to test out modifications and ideas easily. You can see how changes work and decide whether to implement them, and you're reducing the risk of committing to major changes immediately. Testing and smoke testing is just way easier there. Another reason is having the safety features that Power Platform brings, because one of the strengths of it is those built-in safeguards. So making a mistake or trying something new is way less likely to disrupt your main ERP or CRM system. And of course, we can't forget about unique functionalities, because there are features and functionalities within the Power Platform that might be challenging to achieve directly within Dynamics 365. So it has a lot of new and shiny tools to enhance your existing business processes. And well, creating a custom reports and dashboards is just obvious. You need to use Power BI. It's just a state-of-the-art, again, tool to create visually appealing reports and dashboards that give you insights into your data. It's just so good, really. So if you're aiming for rapid adjustments, you want a tool that doesn't demand deep coding knowledge. You have multiple systems that need to communicate, and you're in the experimentation phase and aren't ready for big commitments. You prioritize a safe and stable modification environment, and you seek functionalities that might be hard to implement directly in ERP or CRM. That's the moment when you choose Power Platform. However, again, there's another side of this discussion, because again, there are multiple reasons to customize Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations ERP or Dynamics 365 Sales CRM directly. And for example, there's a need for precision and compatibility, because directly customizing Dynamics 365 ensures that modifications are completely in sync with existing functionalities. Everything meshes together seamlessly without any compatibility concerns. Then there's something we call complexity handling. So for complex functionalities that delve deep into the system's architecture and touching the main business processes and logic, direct customization in Dynamics 365 F&O and sales can provide the nuances control required. Then we have performance optimizations, and customizing the system directly can sometimes result in better performance. This is especially true for tasks that demand high computational resources. Then we're coming to the topic of utilizing built-in tools, because Dynamics 365 ERP and CRM comes with a range of built-in tools and features, and direct customization can leverage these tools to extend their potential, ensuring the system is optimized and working for your company as it should, with all of these special caveats that you bring. Another fair point is long-term stability, because direct modifications can offer more predictability and stability in the long run. And that's crucial for businesses that want to minimize disruptions due to the software changes. And well, there's like very, very big factor on staying on Dynamics 365 customizations projects. It's when you have a team of experienced D365 developers and architects who are capable of making customizations. Because remember, the ERP systems and CRMs are on the market for years. Like their history is coming to 70s or 80s, right? Power Platform is like rather new stuff. So sometimes it's just easier to find a good D365 developer with experience in previous version. So that's a factor that I will definitely take into consideration. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining today. We're going to continue. And as always, stay consistent and see you soon. Peace.